You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmonds, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
Earlier than expected, Go Time Dolphins has gone live. And won't beat around the bush. It's because we have breaking exclusive news. And I didn't want anyone to drop it to the point where I called Charlie. Like, Charlie, what you doing? Let's go live. I interrupted his laundry, so I apologize. But to delve into all of this and more, Charlie, tell everyone what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmonds, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, there have been some uniforms in the time of the Miami Dolphins. We'll just go to the throwbacks. You know what I'm saying? We got the arguably the best throwbacks in the history of football. Shout out to Scott Van Pelt. He said, yo, this is probably like outside of the Seattle Seahawks throwback, the Dolphins throwback is probably it, which I agree. Kelly Green is cool from the Eagles. And then we had the all orange once upon a time. Do you remember who the Dolphins quarterback was for the all orange uniform?
All orange. I've seen Tannehill play in orange. I don't know if it was all orange. And I've got a Zach Thomas orange jersey. So my guess will be Dante Culpepper.
No, you were right. You were onto something. It was Tannehill. Tannehill had a top and bottom orange. Ricky Williams. We had an alternate Ricky Williams. That was with the Zach Thomas shadow with the navy blue. And then we got the speculation like, well, the NFL is going to open up the opportunity to where we can have more alternative uniforms. What are the Dolphins going to do? And you see some teams infringe on Miami culture. For example, I'll throw out the Houston Texans. Yo, that little H-Town uniform looks a bit familiar, and I didn't appreciate it, right? And you know, every year we have a uniform episode on Go Time Dolphins. By the way, Mental Health Awareness Month. Shout out, Mental Health Awareness Month. And my go-to is always I want to see the Miami Dolphins in a fully gray uniform, gray top, gray bottom, just switch it up, has the gray, you know, still with the orange and aqua outline. But in the era of social media, I think what took off the most was the Miami Dolphins Vice City uniform. And I'm going to hand it to you, but is this the first time we can guarantee, Kadeem, Go Time Dolphins guarantee, take it to the bank, that for the first time in the history of the Miami Dolphins, 1966, the Dolphins will have a black uniform?
Yeah, I think so. That is the breaking news. The Dolphins are wearing black this season, and doing some research. So we found out it's going to be black uniforms, and we also found out when it is against the New York Jets. So we didn't find out if it's the home game or the away game, but we're assuming it's the primetime game against the Jets. Could you imagine nighttime all black unis? That's going to look clean. So Miami Dolphins black uniforms against the New York Jets. Charlie, what do you think?
Can you bring up the schedule, Kadeem? I know this was a little, we didn't really talk about the episode, just breaking news and let's get it out there. But if we could pull up the schedule, Nike has this color rush theme that they want to go with the rivalry type of AFC East thing. So if you do order of you just do addition by subtraction, right? Do you think it's gonna be a home game against the New England Patriots the second week of the season? Probably not. If you look at the history of the Dolphins, we usually do like big games, throwbacks. If it's a big game, we're gonna pull out the throwbacks, right? So if it's a home game, it's not gonna be against the Patriots in week 2. All right. And it's a division rivalry. Remember, a division game. So all of these primetime games is not going to be the Bengals. It's not going to be the Steelers. It's a division game. So let's go to the next home game. We got the Jets. We got the Paper Planes on Monday Night Football. These are home games we're talking about. We obviously play Thursday Night Football away against the Bills. But the next home game is the Bills in week 10. Could be cool. Could absolutely be cool. Break out the black unis against the Bills in week 10. But if they're black uniforms, if you put 2 and 2 together, Kadeem, black uniforms in the heat, why not just wear them at night? You don't have to worry about the sun. You don't have to worry about cooking your own players. It's going to be a night game. And if it's a divisional game, our first divisional home game at night is against the Paper Planes on week 4. And I think that's where you see the black uniforms.
Yeah. I'm wearing the Miami Vice one right now. Had to put it out of the closet. Miami Vice, got Waddle 17. Bear me 2 seconds. Just got a text. Can you give me 2 seconds? Sorry.
All right, so Kadeem just got a text. And I'm going to say this while Kadeem goes through this text. It's funny how social media has an influence in everything nowadays, not just sports, but everything. You would never see the Miami Dolphins say, you know what? It's just not just the Miami Dolphins. I think it's like this good old boy vibe where people would say, oh, you're not going to tell me how to run my business. You're not going to tell me how to run my franchise. We're going to do whatever we want to do. We're never going to do X. We're never going to do Y. We're never going to do Z. And I don't think even 2 years ago, I think Kadeem on our uniform episode, I'm like, yo, you're never going to see the Vice City uniform with the Miami Dolphins. So my thing is the Miami Heat has had a lot of success with the Vice City uniform, right? And then they take off and they have about 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 seasons of the Vice City uniform. And then FIU, shout out to FIU, Florida International University in South Florida. They're in West Palm Beach. They have a Vice City uniform. The baseball team for FIU has a Vice City uniform. The Miami Marlins come out this season and premiere their Vice City uniform. So every team in South Florida has a Vice City uniform. And what are the Miami Dolphins doing? They just chilling. Like, nope, you're not getting throwbacks and you're not getting anything you asked for when it comes to modern day culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot of speculation out there with this uniform talk, but it is a guarantee. Go Time Dolphins a guarantee that we will have black uniforms this season for the Nike alternative universe.
What's interesting as well, because I do want to bring it up very quickly, only because, again, I found it interesting when doing some research. So it does say, and I'm getting this all muddled up, and I've got so much stuff to add to the stage. So there's a line in this text talking about the uniforms where it says these rivalry kits will be included in their team's kit lineup for 3 years after introduction, in addition to existing alternate kits. So there's a scenario where next year the Dolphins have their normal uniforms, aqua, white, cool, fair enough. You've then got the throwbacks in aqua and white.
That you can wear 4 times. That you can wear 4 times now instead of 2.
and then you've got your black uniform as well. So we don't know how many times they can wear that, but if you're the Dolphins, surely you maximize that as much as possible, and you go 4 times throwbacks and 1 time rivalry black uniform. That's 5 games. That's what I'll be doing. But I'm not in charge of the Dolphins. I'm just part of the furniture here at Go Time Dolphins.
Look at Kadeem. Listen, and it's not just the Dolphins, it's the NFL. You know, the no fun league, right? Like it's been the no fun league forever. There's been, you got to wear your socks high. If your socks are low, you get a fine. If you wear different cleats that don't match your uniform, it's a fine. Same thing with the NBA. The NBA, you had to have team color shoes. And they just went away with that. Maybe it feels like the past 4 or 5 years. Now, if we go to search it, it'll probably be like, oh yeah, 10 years ago they changed it. Like, damn, it's been 10 years already. I don't think it's been 10 years, but you know, the NBA recently changed that rule. Well, yo, just wear whatever color shoes you want to wear. And I can't say I don't know if the NFL ever gets to that, but the NFL doesn't seem like a league that wants that type of freedom for the players. So if you look at the uniforms, you know, you got your thigh pads. There's like some individuality that comes with the thigh pads. Some people have their number. Javon Holland, friend of the podcast, he had a snowman on his thigh pad. So when you wear his thigh, when you see the game and he's wearing his thigh pads, the snowman image or logo or whatever is on his uniform. And there's some other things. Some people have their numbers. Some people, I think I've seen someone with a cross. I've seen a lot of, I think Christian Wilkins had a Power Ranger symbol on it. So there's some individuality that the NFL has tried to do, but this would be the first time where the NFL is like, hey, you know what? Let's get with the times, because this is going to generate a lot of money. All these teams having different uniforms, it just means more money to us. And if I'm being honest with you, it's by Nike, and Nike was the head of the spear when it comes to the uniform movement in Oregon. And Oregon had every type of uniform there could possibly be, and they used it as a recruiting tool. And now, 20 years later, the NFL is getting up to speed and saying, you know what, maybe we should follow the same model and start selling some jerseys.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're seeing teams more and more really push these, you know, essentially just try and have more fun. Is it what you can now wear the alternate helmets, or like you can kind of mix and match your helmets and stuff like that?
Yeah,
I get it. If you're the league, you know all eyes are on these games where you're getting throwback uniforms, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot more fun. But if you're a fan of these teams, you want these permanently, simply because they just look better. And that's not to say some teams have trash uniforms. There's nothing you can do about that. But, you know, the Dolphins Aqua isn't horrible. It's just that we have a history of better uniforms. And once these black uniforms come out, there's speculation, obviously, and rumors that the Dolphins, with their new logo, quote unquote, do you have your black helmet on you? Some people think that this could be the black uniform, because that's essentially the logo that the Dolphins have been using for the draft stuff,
the schedule release,
and it's also available in the stadium. So if you have that black helmet, like Charlie does, you've got it already. Hopefully, it is the device. My keyword is hopefully. You know, right now we just don't know.
Got some fuchsia in it. You know what I'm saying? Still got the aqua teal going on. Everyone knows what Miami Vice is if you've been around long enough. If you're a Miami fan.
And I guess we spoke yesterday. Yep. Again, there you go. Like you have that. You know, I don't have. I think I've got the black smoke uniforms. But I guess for some people, had the Dolphins gone with a Vice City schedule release, that really would have tipped the hands. Hey, the Dolphins are doing Vice City, so maybe they do it next year. But regardless, that's kind of clean. You know, regardless, it is what it is. Cap. So we have a bunch of comments. We will get to those shortly. Cap asks, is this confirmed in the uniforms? Go Time Dolphin sources have told us it's black.
Guarantee. Yeah. Hey, go GTD guarantee. That's what's a guarantee sound like? GTD guarantee. Black uniform coming this year for the Miami Dolphins. Guarantee. This is why it's a breaking episode on a Thursday. Like guarantee.
On a what, sorry?
It's Friday. My bad. I'm off. I'm tripping. Going up on a Friday.
So yeah.
But what you said about the helmet, Kadeem, the Minnesota Vikings have a Winter Warrior uniform where it's like a white with a silverish tone, like outline uniform, like icicles, an iceberg type vibe, because the Vikings. So I think the Bengals have a white helmet now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things being incorporated, and then here go the Miami Dolphins tardy for the party. Like, hey, when are we gonna get something? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to give us the throwbacks as permanent uniforms, which would be pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And we can't get it. And now you're allowed to wear your throwbacks 4 times a season instead of 2 times a season. And then in addition, we're going to have a black uniform. I'm sure you're going to have some people who don't like it. You're going to have some people a bit older than me that's like, nope, I don't want it. And it's cool. It's and I think you said something about looks better. I don't know what you meant by that, because I think that's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Because they could mess this up. Don't get it twisted. They could definitely come out and be like, yo, this is what you guys came up with, bro. Like, I think me and Kadeem could have went in and designed something better than this. So we don't they could mess it up.
I think messing up is a really interesting thing, because again, you've got the helmet that you have that kind of, all black with that aqua tinge.
I mean, we got the whole uniform here already, Kadeem. We got the helmet and the jersey, the Jalen Phillips. You know what I'm saying?
But you've also got like the black smoked out one as well. You've got the Miami Vice. I feel like no matter what black they go with, someone's going to be upset. If you go with the one you've got, people will be like, why didn't you go Vice? All these teams have Vice. This is the layup, different sports and stuff like that. But they might just be like, we've been selling this helmet for a while. It sells really, really well. We know if we stick with this, it's, I guess, easier. Once we find out if it is Vice City or whatever, we will tell you guys. But if you're just new joining here, Go Time Dolphins sources confirm that the Dolphins will be wearing black uniforms against the New York Jets this season as part of the rivalries, I guess, theme the NFL is doing this season.
Hey, can you pull up the schedule again, Kadeem? Because even if you look at the schedule, it has that theme of the different, Dolphin logo. It's the same logo, probably more, I don't know, LED going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little different, and which is actually my screensaver now. So this does kind of match the black helmet. If you look at it, got the black helmet. For all the audio listeners, we got the black helmet up right now. Black Dolphin uniform, bro. That'll be pretty dope. And you gotta imagine they're not gonna premiere a black Dolphin uniform at a 1 p.m. game. It's not gonna happen against New England.
But also, the Dolphins don't even wear aqua at 1 p.m. at Hard Rock. So to go black would be the dumbest thing you can do.
Straight up. We don't wear an aqua uniform. We wait until cold weather games or 4 p.m. games or night games to wear our aqua uniforms at home. Like, we don't do it. So at least we got that part right.
The more I see this Dolphin schedule, what the Dolphins have been doing with, graphics and stuff like that, I'm inclined to think it won't be Vice and they're just going to go black with aqua, which I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of, because I'm going to buy all the stuff. Like, I'll come back from Orlando / Miami with the helmet, with the uniform, with the, like, that's just how I am. But yeah, I can't even say it'll be a win to do Vice, because others will want something else. I'm pretty sure the Hurricanes have a black uniform as well, if I'm correct, right?
Miami Hurricanes have a black uniform as well. Yep. So the Miami Dolphins, the last team bro, even the Florida Panthers have like this. It's not a Vice theme, but it's like it's a off-brand Miami theme. Like it's like a baby blue with a palm tree and the sun in behind it theme. You know what I'm saying? So it's not Vice at all by no stretch of the imagination, but it's not Florida Panthers. And even the Florida Panthers were already on it. Like, oh, this is our Fort Lauderdale Beach thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a long time coming. And I'll be honest with you, Kadeem. I wasn't a fan of the Vice. I was not a fan of the Miami Dolphins doing Black Vice. You know what I'm saying? A Vice City theme with black. If I had my preference, I've said it before, I wanted the gray jersey with the gray pants with the aqua and orange on incorporated with the gray. Maybe that's some Miami Marlins stuff. You know, they came out with the gray. I don't know. That's what I wanted. I think we already seen the orange, top orange, bottom orange. I'm not really a fan of it. It's cool. Switch it up from time to time. Cool. Maybe you could do that better in 2025 than it was in, I don't know, like 2015. And then you had the Ricky Williams and the Zach Thomas orange with the blue shadow number. And then even the Dolphin logo had some blue on it. Wasn't a fan of switching it up like that. Like, again, there's certain franchises in the NFL that I feel like you should never touch this uniform. And I do believe the Dolphins were one of those franchises, but then we messed it up. We touched it, and then we kept going further and further away from what I thought it should have been. Some of those franchises, the Raiders. You can't change the Raiders, bro. Y'all, the Raiders, if you ever come out with a shadow on the Raider logo, like I'm gonna look at you different. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Green Bay. Like, bro, those are classic uniforms. Dallas is cool. Dallas, they kind of switched it up a little bit, but it's still, they stay true to the family. You know what I'm saying? They still stay grounded to the foundation. But and then there are teams who didn't win until they changed their uniforms. New England Patriots couldn't win a game. You know what I'm saying? And then switched it up and then brought in a few championships. But yeah, man, what you got for us, Kadeem?
Calling a timeout.
Enjoying the episode so far? Whether you're watching in the comfort of your own home or on the Go Time Dolphins is where you want to be for your fix on all things Dolphins. So hit that like button, drop a comment below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to help us keep growing and reaching more Fins fans around the world.
Now that we know it is black, do you see the Dolphins finally making a change over the next few years and say, okay, we've got, our black uniforms, which we can use for the next 3 years, but just to the demand we've seen for a new uniform, we're going to listen to fans and we are going to make throwbacks permanent or X, Y, and Z? Or does it, as we always say, because Ross spent all that money on the stadium with those aqua seats, like, I ain't changing it because I'm not changing all of these seats. I'm not changing the color scheme of the training facility and the stadium just to appease a few people.
Yeah, we're not getting throwback uniforms as permanent uniforms until Ross sells the team. You know what I'm saying? And I know everyone screams, I want Ross to sell the team. I'm not even one of those. I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel like we have a competent front office, and there's some people who don't believe we do. You know what I'm saying? So I like our front office. I'm okay with Stephen Ross. Stephen Ross got to shake Kadeem's hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot going on here. You see what I'm saying? But we're not going to get throwbacks as permanent. And I would love to have throwbacks as permanent. You know what's funny, Kadeem? Hold on. What do you think about that?
It's a money cow, a cash grab, in the sense of, if you make these permanent, people are going to stop buying them because they won't need them all the time. bring them out once or twice a season with the black. Maybe in a few years you do go to orange. If this rivalries comes back round to the AFC East, maybe you go grey, because all right, somewhere behind this curtain, so much stuff on here. I have a wrestling belt, and I have, as you can see, my whole background change.
Literal peek behind the curtain.
Literal peek behind the curtain. But I do have this grey helmet, and I enjoy it quite a lot, to be fair. I do think at some point we are going to see this grey helmet. For the reasons I said, I think it's going to be a black uniform. If you show your helmet as well. No Diddy 100%. Because these are available in the store, I can see the Dolphins going, yeah, this is what you're going to get going forward. But yeah, I also think the white vice, as you've seen with the teams we showed earlier, if you weren't around for that, I'll bring them up back now as well. But something like this,
FIU,
to me,
FIU has the Vice City uniforms, which is on display right now if you're an audio listener.
I think something like this would go down so well for the Dolphins. Like they wear white already.
This is what I would prefer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Miami Heat, if you can show the Miami Heat broke the mold and did it the best. They're like, hey, don't worry, we got you. And we got the championships to go with it. And we have the culture to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are a premier, prestigious franchise in the NBA. We're going to do this. And I think the Dolphins have a chance to be like, you know what? We're unified. We have FIU. We have the Heat, the Miami Heat. If you could show the Miami Marlins, Kadeem, we have the Miami Marlins now on the screen. Like, look at this, bro. Like, we have a chance to be a unified front, unified city, and be like, hey, all right, we're listening. We're listening to the fans. So for the Dolphins to have a black uniform, if I'm being honest with someone, there was a comment like, it was too hot for black uniforms. It's going to be at night. We'll be all right. For the Dolphins to have a black uniform and then not fall in line with the rest of the franchises in South Florida, I'll be a bit disappointed. Even though I am not a fan of the Dolphins in a black Vice City uniform, I would prefer it to be white. You know what I'm saying? I thought it would be really cool, but like, you still not going to listen to the fans, bro? So you get this opportunity to have a new uniform and still not listen to the fans. That's wild to me, Kadeem.
What's interesting as well, going back to that rivalries story, it says, where has it gone?
It says something about a home game too, did it not?
I will double check, but it's each participating team will wear a unique rivalries kit rooted extensively in local community insights. Which again, I was like, well, it had to be Vice. But so you get the situation where it's like, well, if it's in the local community insights, that screams Vice. But also the design you've got with your schedule release isn't Vice. So there's a whole bunch of things. Let's see where it says home.
Maybe they didn't want to tip their hand, Kadeem. And maybe they were like, you know what? We'll go with this theme with the schedule release and this offseason theme. And then once the black Vice is revealed, let's say that it is black Vice, then next year you will see more of a Vice City theme with the offseason and the uniforms and stuff like that. And to be clear, we're not changing our uniforms to Vice City. It's just an opportunity to have this uniform once a year.
What's interesting as well, this year's rivalry kits will be revealed prior to the first rivalry game. So we may be waiting a while to see the actual kits. We know it's black. We've been told it's black. We know when the East Rutherford Paper Planes, aka the New York Jets. But it won't be revealed until the first rivalry game. And the designated AFC East rivalries game will be announced at a later date following the schedule release. I reckon it'll be next month. The schedule release is out of the way, and then it made like June.
Can you scroll back up on this a little bit?
That's the start of the article.
Yeah, that's the start of it.
Yeah, I can make it bigger.
No, you're good. I really did think I seen it where it said home game. But there it is right there. Each participating team will wear a unique rivalry kit during a single home game against a division rival. So it will be a home game, guaranteed.
Oh, so then that is week for them. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's not going to be, if you can pull the schedule back up. Well, I got the schedule here. It says it's going to be a home game. So it's not going to be New England week 2 in the sun, 1 p.m. black uniform. It's not going to be that. You know what I'm saying? And then the only other one is the Bills week 10.
Yeah.
1 p.m. Yeah, week 10, 1 p.m. Yeah. So that's how we get to the Paper Planes week 4. Monday night, by the way, coming out with the black unis.
Absolutely crazy. Listen.
Wait. I might have to be there for that. I might have to be there for that.
Shout out to Jason Sarney. Messaged me a few days ago saying, myself, Hannah Montana, Micah Miami, who you've met, are welcome to stay at his, because he's planning to go to the Jets game. And I was like, yeah, well, I'll see. Just depend on how stuff works. You say Monday Night Football.
Shout out, Jason. I appreciate you.
100%. Monday Night Football, black uniforms. Charlie, I might need to find a way to go to this game. Like,
hey,
I don't think.
Hey, you need to let me know so we can make this thing happen. Because as of right now, we were under the impression we might be going to the New England game, but black uniforms, black shades on my face so you can't see my eyes. That's a Miami song, by the way. It's a long time ago Miami song that, yeah, man.
So, a really interesting comment from Tim Caro, and he says, we could play the Bills wearing theirs week 3. It could be. It's a home game for the Bills, prime time.
I'm so glad you brought this up, Tim, because this was actually going to come up on this episode, the Bills schedule, bro. I'm gonna send it to you while I talk over it, Kadeem, so you can potentially bring it up. I don't know, this is a curveball, but while we're in transition, if y'all could hit that share, if you could hit the subscribe button, if you could hit the like button, we would really appreciate y'all here at Go Time Dolphins. We just hit 5,000 subs. Shout out to everyone who has looked out and been a fan and been down rocking with us for 5,000 subs, 900,000 views. Appreciate you. We're on our way to 1 million. But Tim, tell me the NFL does not favor the Bills and want the Bills to be somebody without telling me the NFL favors the Bills and want the Bills to be somebody. Listen to this. So we understand that Josh Allen was handed an MVP over 40 touchdowns and 4,000 yards of Lamar Jackson. Just handed the MVP over that. Then these are the teams, these are the miles traveled in this year's 2025 schedule. Most miles traveled, 37,086 miles. That's the Chargers. The Miami Dolphins come in at 24,409 miles traveled. 24,409 miles traveled. The Bills have the second fewest miles traveled at 10,500. 10,500 miles traveled. So we continue. Okay. Shout out to the audio listeners. We got the Bills schedule up. If y'all want to see some of the props that we had on the episode today, and as I go to what I'm about to tell you with the Bills and their favoritism, the Bills only leave the Eastern time zone once, and it's in Houston on a Thursday night. I want to say that again. The Bills only leave the Eastern time zone once, and it's in Houston on a Thursday night. That's wild, Kadeem.
Absolutely crazy.
That is wild, bro. So if you look at the Bills away games, at the Paper Planes, at the Falcons, at the Panthers, at Miami, at Houston, at Pittsburgh, at New England, at Cleveland. Bro, they are trying to serve up the Bills as good of a schedule they can. So Josh Allen could just walk his way into a Super Bowl, and it's still not going to happen. Absolutely
insane. Shout out to everyone watching over on Twitter, shout out to Finn's Extra for the credit. I would say jump over to YouTube, but I know how people are. But if you want to jump over to YouTube, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're new here, know what? It's looking at the comments of people who have found out about the
Black uniforms.
so much negativity. So much negativity. Some of it is because it could be a Miami Vice one, but so many people do not like it at all. Which, again, you can't win them all. Also, sorry, too much Buffalo Bills on my screen. Like, move, man. I'm trying to see those guys. But yeah, I am not surprised by a lot of the negativity, especially people that say, "Show me your winning product first." Don't be trying to, win us over without winning on the field first. So maybe when it officially drops, people might, feel better. But for now, people aren't too happy.
Yeah, man, let's get them likes up. Hit that subscribe button for us. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Y'all know what time it is. Kadeem, what else you got for us?
I think that's it, really. Especially on this side of bonus time, of extra time. Oh my days, extra time is UK football, overtime is American football. Especially on this time of overtime. Just once again, breaking news. If you've just joined us, Miami Dolphins will be wearing black uniforms for their rivalries kit against the New York Jets, and because it's a home game, we can 1 + 1 = 2. Week 4, Monday Night Football. Miami Dolphins v New York Jets, Hard Rock Stadium in black uniforms.
Jalen Ramsey trade incoming. Look out for that within the next 2.5, 3 weeks. Keep an eye on the Chargers. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all know what time it is. Come on over overtime with us. It's not over with. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmonds, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time.
Oh, we don't want to go nowhere.
And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
Is that the first time that's happened?
It is the first time. But I was just saying, I had a black Dolphins jersey on that just now. Matter of fact, it's right here. How sour would you be, Kadeem, if it's just the Dolphins color with black?
I wouldn't be sour. I'll just be like,
I actually have a merino one too, but this is you know what I'm saying. If it's just a jersey with orange and aqua, but just black,
that's probably worst case scenario given the potential that we could have. But at the same time, it's also, I guess, shout out to our great friends over Go Time Dolphins. That would be same old Dolphins. It just would be. We're going to give you something.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. And at that point, you kind of have to. I can't even say question what Ross is doing, because he does dip into his pocket for free agency signing.
I don't even think this is a Ross thing, bro. I think people would advise Ross, like, hey, these are the things that we think we should do. Which one do you want to do? Yeah. I don't think Ross would even be like, oh, I don't want to do none of them. Let's keep it basic. I don't think he's on that. I think he'd be like, hey, whatever y'all think. I hire you to make this decision. Whatever you think I don't know if he would say the public or the consensus is, or what the consensus are, but nah, man. They gotta give us something, bro. We can't get our throwbacks. We could wear them 4 times a year. We've only worn them twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Give us something.
I don't know if this is breaking news. The Dolphins have just tweeted this, but I don't know if they've announced this before. Actually, I can get the tweet up. I don't know why. Let me know if this is breaking news, Charlie. Get rid of that. Can you see what it says, Charlie? Want to read it out?
I cannot read. I cannot read. I cannot see it, Kadeem.
A portion of, is it Northwest or Northwestern?
Yeah, Northwest.
A portion of Northwest 2nd Avenue between Northwest 59th Street and Northwest 62nd Street has been named Nat Moore Way in recognition of his unwavering dedication to the city of Miami and Miami-Dade County. Was that announced before?
I don't know, but shout out to Nat Moore. Bro, when people say a pillar in the community, nah, he really does. He's really about that life. You know what I'm saying? So long time Miami Dolphin, like Nat Moore is that dude in the community. No doubt about it. Like if anyone ever, this is for publicity. Nah, dog. Nat Moore is a dude. He's that dude.
Bear me 2 secs because I'm trying to find something very quickly on my phone. And
hey,
Charlie,
you found it? You good?
Yes, I'm going to bring it up in 2 secs. So many moving parts today. Simply because did not expect to be going live when we did. And right, this is really bad podcasting. But the photo I'm going to get up in about 5 seconds while my computer wants to play it with me. There we go. So I was looking for my phone for this photo. Tell me what you... I'm pretty sure I've showed it to you as well beforehand. It's going to be annoying. Nope, it's not playing ball with me. Charlie, do you know things like aren't for you today?
I feel you. Well, but I'm anxious now. Like you got me as anticipating it like everybody else.
I'll show you the photo before, haven't I?
Yeah, Nat Moore. Shout out to Kadeem. Kadeem pull up a picture of himself and Nat Moore. That's funny. Stephen Ross got to shake Kadeem's hand, and now Nat Moore gets to take a picture with Kadeem. That's crazy. You a dude, Kadeem.
I'm just saying. You know, you get around, you meet people, Go Time Dolphins, going places. So yeah, shout out to Nat Moore, an amazing man, and like you said, there's so much for the community that this is well deserved, 100%.
And that's all I got, Kadeem. Unless you got something else.
No,
hey, on your way out, if you can't hit that like button for us one more time, subscribe. We just hit 5,000. We appreciate you in advance more than you know. Come back because we it's all season, all off season. There is no off season for Go Time Dolphins. There's football season and there's waiting for football season with Go Time Dolphins. No off season.
100%. Guys, until the next one, we shall see you soon.
Oopsie.